this video is going to show some impressions of the Eastern Latvian TET in early 2022. When we entered Latvia at a little border on the very southeast end, we were surrounded by massive rain clouds. All we could do was to prepare to get soaked and to hope for the Latvian TET to bypass these clouds as good as possible. At least the route started immediately with some nice gravel roads. The beginning of the Latvian TET looked quite similar to the one in Lithuania, and it didn't take long until we found the first beautiful camp spot.
However, it was still too early to drink beer, so we decided to continue and rather look for another beautiful spot.
We finally arrived at a place and we have a roof again. It took us a bit. And it's not warm today. It was hailing and it was not good. There we tried to put the tent inside. That didn't work out, so we have to sleep outside. But the view is great. In the moment it stopped to rain as well.
"40 kilometers north of the city Daugavpils, we passed the Aglona Basilica, that is one of the important spiritual Catholic centers of Latvia. It's right on the TET anyway and worth to stop a few minutes.
Was sind super viele da rein?
Super viele rein.
Oh Gott.
Ja.
Kriegt mir lauter Funken in die Fresse gleich.
Nein, ich trage gar keine Funken. Ich lass ihn runter wie ein Baby. Wie ein ganz kleines Baby. Super viel. Oh!
Ja, ich bin der ganze Wald und wir rennen mit kleinen Sachen.
Nein, sie ziehen ein bisschen aus.
The middle part of our route turned out to be less off-road. It's more good gravel roads through Latvia's countryside, so not that exciting to ride. We passed the highest peak of Latvia without even noticing it. Maybe it also happened due to its enormous height of 311 meters above sea level. However, we found some interesting windmill ruins for a nice rest and some great photo shots instead.
Mach noch eins! Ich will auch fürstlich stehen, mach noch eins! Hä?
The weather became more and more terrible that afternoon, and we had to prepare for heavy rain the next day. Luckily, we passed that little shelter, giving us perfect weather protection. The next morning didn't look that bad at first. However, after some kilometers on forest trails, we already noticed that we had to prepare for Mudvia. In Valmiera, we met up with Alvil. He wanted to join us for a few hours on the Latvian TET as far as Bortnieks Lake. In the meanwhile, it started pissing down like crazy, so we were not 100% sure anymore if he still wanted to join. But he did. These Latvian guys are tough. Luckily, Matis, another rider from Latvia, invited us to sleep at his parents' house that night, so we didn't care anymore whatever mess was waiting for us from now on. After everybody got completely soaked for some hours, it was time to ride to Matis' parents' home. They had already warmed up the whole house and welcomed us with some delicious dinner. It really couldn't have been better to become warm again. The next morning was terrible weather too, and Matis and his parents invited us to stay another day before leaving towards the Estonian border. When we finally left one day later, we had sunshine again, so it was time to explore the last part of Mudvia. TET's border crossing to Estonia was non-existent, and we only noticed on the GPS that we had already changed the country. There wasn't even a sign. We spent some really nice days in Mudvia, also because we met some cool locals again, what's always the best part while riding the world.